The Office of Business Assistance has 60 employees, and they're responsible for getting loans, grants, tax credits, and bonds, among other things, out the door to businesses, and really assisting businesses in any way we can. And so again, rather than enumerate all of our programs and go through them, I will just tell you that our mission is to promote healthy communities and healthy businesses. So we have programs for property acquisition. Most of our programs are loan programs, but there are some grants. Obviously, we get 100 calls a week. I want a grant, and that's not always the way it works, but we are able to funnel businesses to other resources. We have programs for people to acquire machinery and equipment. We have programs to help businesses with working capital. We have loan guarantee programs. We also have a very good job training program. And we have tax credits, one of them being the all-famous Keystone Opportunity Zone program, which is under our auspices. So we have a lot going. In addition to that, you may have noticed that we have a rather energetic governor. And when he came into office, he implemented an economic stimulus program and developed other programs which are operated under a separate entity called the Commonwealth Financing Authority. And most of those programs, well, all of those programs were really developed to address special needs in Pennsylvania. And it's interesting, I will say that our staff, many of whom have been there for 25 years, feel that these are the most innovative programs that we've ever had, and they're very enthusiastic about working on them. But those programs address venture capital, so we have a very good venture capital program, mostly for technology businesses, and infrastructure. And infrastructure is something that's so important in the Commonwealth. And we have several infrastructure programs. In fact, the Exeter Commons money that we put into that program was to change the road system and help with some sewer development, et cetera. And that's probably our busiest area. Just recently, under the Commonwealth Financing Authority, there have been 2 more programs, and John sort of touched on them, also run by this same division. And one is a $600 million program for alternative energy. The other is an $800 million program for water infrastructure. Just to give you a little bit of perspective about the necessity of this, the $800 million program, the people who can apply for that program were only municipalities and municipal authorities. And we expected that we would get about 300 applications for $800 million. We got 803 applications, totaling $3 billion in asks. So I mean, literally we're in violation of the fire code for a few weeks with all the applications piled up on the floor. And this is just a prodigious amount of work, although we're going to go through all of it and we're going to get this money out. But if there's any question as to the need in the state, this sort of answered it. The alternative energy programs, there are 4 programs actually, and I'm just going to quickly say one is for solar energy projects, one is for geothermal and wind, one is for efficient buildings using the LEED standard, and the other is kind of a catch-all that can be used for any projects that are related to producing alternative energy or that are adapting alternative energy as part of the project. So again, we're pretty busy with that. There is some money through the Department of Environmental Protection, and it's for small businesses, and I imagine some of you here have your own businesses or are employed by small businesses, and it's for innovative advanced energy projects and for businesses interested in locating or expanding their alternative energy manufacturing or production operations in the Commonwealth.